Centering yourself as a pretty woman is about reclaiming your attention, your energy, and your inner authority. It is very difficult for people to have a neutral reaction towards women, right? Especially beautiful women. See, your beauty already brings attention. So if you do not center yourself, everyone is going to center themselves and you're going to wonder why the hell you feel so drained, why you feel so tired, why you feel like such a people pleaser. Welcome back to Kleopatric, where we talk about everything pretty girl logic. I am going to talk about various ways in which you can center yourself, or various practices you can actually implement to center yourself, because when you are centered in yourself, you are able to achieve so much. You see that discipline you've been dying to have? It all comes from centering yourself. Discipline comes from wanting the best for yourself. So we are going to start off strong, and first off, keep sacred objects sacred. Yeah, your totem points, that's what I'm talking about. If anyone has gifted you, someone you value, maybe your boyfriend, your husband, your mother, your best friend has gifted you something, I want you to know that that emotional object holds a lot of psychic weight. Now, not everything that comforts you should be touched by others. And I'm talking about jewelry, clothes, stuffed toys, stuffed animals, journals, perfumes. That's a huge one. You should know that these are extensions of your inner world because they come from a very emotional standpoint. Someone invested their time and money to get you that. Why the hell would you go around letting everyone touch your stuff? Keep that to yourself because it's yours. And by keeping it to yourself, you center yourself. Because when you overshare or overlend sentimental items, you subconsciously teach your nervous system that your comfort is communal, that you do not have anything sacred for yourself, that everything that you have is for everyone's taking, and that is dangerous. So, by not sharing sentimental items, you practice self-containment. You stop outsourcing emotional regulation to shared objects. And by doing so, you realize that some things are not meant to circulate. They're meant to anchor you and just you. So if you see your friend trying to cuddle your teddy bear that so-and-so got for you, stop them. Like, ask for it back. What the hell? Number 2 is stop giving unsolicited advice. This contributes to energy discipline. Hear me out. When you learn how to be very, very particular about how you give advice, you learn that maturity is letting people be, and that your advice is not free. It costs clarity, attention, and emotional labor. You giving people advice means that you're investing your energy in them, because for you to make sense of things, for you to process things, you are consuming energy. You're consuming your own energy. A lot of the times when people are venting, what they want is to be witnessed, not to be given solutions. Giving advice without being asked is often a trauma response. Like, if I fix you, I'm going to feel useful. If I fix you, I'm going to feel intelligent. If I fix you, I'm going to feel needed. If I fix you, I'm going to feel intelligent. By choosing to not give unsolicited advice, you stop placing yourself in a helper role by default. You are putting yourself in a helper role, and you should stop. So you should keep your mind sharp for your problems, goals, and visions. This is why you feel like you show up for people so much and no one shows up for you, because some people actually know not to give unsolicited advice, but you're busy giving unsolicited advice. If they do not explicitly ask for your advice, do not give it. I have to hear someone say, "What do you think about this? What would you recommend I do?" If you don't give me those questions, I am not giving you anything. I'm just going to be like, "Wow, that's crazy. You deserve better. I am so sorry." All that. Yeah, because my advice is going to serve me unless you ask for my advice. You have to ask. Ask is the keyword. So stop giving unsolicited advice. let your energy be yours. Number 3, let people make their own decisions. We have to really talk about this, because this is something I came to realize I was struggling with, because I was making decisions for everyone, and then when it comes to myself, I was having trouble making decisions. Okay, so let's get into it actually. So, decision making is a muscle, okay? And if you're constantly thinking for other people, you exhaust that muscle. To other people to make decisions for everyone, but for yourself. But when it comes to yourself, you freeze, you are confused, you are indecisive. And if you think you are safe, let me give you signs of someone who has outsourced their decision making muscle. And tell me if you're one of them. You know exactly what everyone else should do. Secondly, you overthink your own choices. Third, you second guess decisions you already felt sure about. Does that resonate with you? If it does, you have to stop making decisions for other people. Let that decision muscle be for you and you alone, because people are grown. People know what they're doing. When you're making decisions for other people, you are externalizing your energy, and you're supposed to be internalizing your energy, if you know what I mean. By making decisions for yourself and yourself alone, you reclaim authority over your own life, and you stop living reactively. You stop making decisions for other people. You make it for yourself. And I want you to sit with this line. I want you to sit with this. You should tell yourself, I don't need to manage your life to feel intelligent. Remember the first time when I said you are giving people advice to feel useful, to feel intelligent? Now this is a trickle down, yeah? When you start giving people advice, you start feeling like you should make decisions for them. And when they do not take those decisions or that advice that you give them, you kind of feel upset, because first off, you are justified to feel upset because you wasted time and energy giving them advice, but they didn't ask. And secondly, you made a decision through that advice, because advice ultimately leads to decision making. And by giving unsolicited advice, you kind of give them a decision. Number 4, and this is something I am pretty sure you've heard me say time and time again if you've listened to my content. If you haven't, go back and watch my videos. I keep saying you should have secrets and side quests. You should have controlled privacy. People should not know everything about you. I'm not talking about the snaky kind of side quests and secrets. I'm talking about the kind of secrets that just feel like they belong to you. You know, like an example is maybe a class you're taking quietly, maybe yoga, maybe a purchase you don't announce, because why the hell are you announcing to the world about everything you're buying? That is unsafe, first off. And secondly, you're doing too much. Maybe you purchased something really critical for you. You don't need to announce. You don't need to post it. Maybe a routine you don't explain. I have worked on getting a routine for 2026, and honestly, it's been serving me for the last couple of days since we started the year, and I feel amazing. I don't have to tell people my whole routine for them to understand me. Yeah? Maybe a goal you haven't named out yet. Maybe you're trying to learn a second language, a third language, maybe even a fourth. Who is stopping you? Go ahead, do it, and do it quietly. Because when you are not performing for other people, your nervous system starts to relax. When you realize that not everything needs validation to be real, your nervous system starts to trust you. And also, mystery strengthens self-trust. Okay, so privacy is not really deception, it's self-respect. And if you take it like that, you're going to feel amazing with the little things that you do for yourself, that you don't go around telling people on social media or your friend group or your boyfriend or your mother or your father, everyone. Number 5, be whimsical and personify your world. If I told you I have a naming ritual, you would think it's a bit childish if you do not understand the essence of assigning names to entities in your life, whether they are lifeless or they have a life. People name pets because those pets have an identity. They have emotions attached to them. I feel like naming is attention, and attention is presence, and presence is grounding. When you assign a name to something, you give it life, you give it an identity. An example is me. I have a name for my hair, I have a name for my home, and I have a name for my routine. When it comes to my hair, I gave it a name that I felt suited. I'm just going to give you the name. I named it Taji. Taji is Swahili for crown. And it's because I value my hair so much. It's a core part of my identity and I take care of it. It really needs maintenance. It does. And when I give it that name, there are times when I see it acting up, I'm just like, Taji, what the hell are you up to? You see, when you are like that, you give it presence and it's so grounding because you're not like, shit, my hair. No, you're like, Taji, behave. And trust, believe, Taji has been behaving. Something else I have been doing also is naming my house. Every time I move to a different house. My first house was called Melanie because honestly, I don't really know. It just came to me. But now that I am in my second house, I became more intentional about the meaning behind the name that I assigned my house. Am I going to give you the name of my house? No, I'm not gonna. I choose not to. But give your house a name that you want to feel comfortable in. Maybe you want to give your house a name like Success. This is the house where success was built. Or you're going to give it a name like Sabrina, Soraya. It doesn't have to be an English name. Ethnic names work as well, okay? Just do your thing. When you name your hair, your home, your routine, etc., your teddy bear, your pet, everything, you build a relationship with them. You build a relationship with your environment. You build a relationship with yourself. And also, you move from this association to embodiment. You embody calmness. You embody identity. And by so doing, you slow yourself down. You also become patient and you become emotionally present in your own life. You should really see me do my hair routine. I am so gentle with my hair because I have given it an identity and it's good. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's going to be part 1 of the self-centered series. I'm going to make a part 2 shortly, but let me know what other things you have implemented in your life to center yourself and center your energy, and I'm going to get back with part 2 very, very soon. So stay hot, stay fabulous, stay self-centered, and stay Kleopatric.